JJ the CPA here. Let's talk about the very important and distinct difference between the SBA loan and the loans out of the CARES Act, which is the Paycheck Protection Program loan. So it's very sexy to talk about an SBA loan, and with an SBA loan, they are available this minute, hold on, that have been created specifically for the COVID-19 disaster. It's a SBA disaster loan, okay? And it's through the SBA. That is completely different from what has come out of the CARES Act, which is the Paycheck Protection Program. And from now on in this video, I'm gonna call it the PPP program loan, right? So the PPP. So the difference between SBA and that PPP loan is this. You go to the SBA to get that loan. You go to a bank to get the PPP loan, period. If you're going to SBA.gov, you're gonna get an SBA loan that has nothing to do with the PPP loan, nothing. It may feel like it, sound like it, it may make you feel like you're already ahead of the curve because everybody's talking about this new loan out of the CARES Act and you just found it and you're at the SBA website. Completely different. Here's the biggest difference. You ready? The SBA loan you pay back. Well, that seems obvious. That PPP loan, if you use the proceeds for qualified expenses, you don't pay it back. That's a huge difference. Okay, interest rates basically about the same. SBA loan you can get quick. PPP loan you can get quick, just not out. Because why? Today, March 27th, it was just signed into law. Government needs a little bit of time to just get hooked up with the banks. Now, there's a lot of speculation on what's going to be needed to achieve proceeds from the loans under PPP. Banks are going in the direction of expecting that the documentation will be very similar to traditional loan process, and it's absolutely not going to be the case. It very specifically states it in the law, which I have read specifically. Been in touch with a number of banks, and they are starting to concur that the purpose of this loan is to be practically an ATM machine withdrawal. The biggest thing about the PPP loan outside of the forgivable aspect is that there's going to be paperwork at the end, okay? Might be an ATM transaction at the beginning, but it will be a lot of paperwork on the end to the extent that you are able to have that loan forgiven. That paperwork will be, in essence, you showing the government that you used the loan proceeds as prescribed to then have the loan proceeds that you used for the qualified expenses forgiven, okay? SBA loan, okay? If you're gonna pick the two, it seems pretty obvious to me you'd go with PPP. Now, if you got an SBA loan and you already have it, or you're getting it, or you applied for it and you're ready to rock and roll with that, that will reduce down what it is that you can get from the PPP. Too late. You can't use loan proceeds to accomplish helping you with the things that you're needing help with right now. So please really, really just know that if you're going to the SBA website, you're not getting the PPP loan. There's no such thing as an SBA forgivable loan, okay? Maybe that's gonna get thrown around. Maybe in the fine print, it's technically that, but what you wanna be really careful and focus in on when you're going to get a loan for this is, are you getting it from the bank? Because if you are, that's your first indicator that you're getting a PPP loan, the forgivable one. If you're not going to a bank and you're going to the SBA website to get it, you're not getting the PPP forgivable loan. Those are the huge differences. And in this environment, the thing to know is this: the SBA COVID disaster loan had already been put into play in the last few weeks. So it's already here. There's a brand new act today signed into law, the CARES Act, that has then rolled out the PPP program. So they're not the same, no way, shape, or form. Make sure you know what it is that you're applying for. And my recommendation as a CPA would be to first qualify and get yourself the PPP loan for helping you in your crisis. But of course, you'll want to see the details. I have a number of videos that you need to check out related to that in terms of determining how much of a loan do you qualify for, how do you determine how much of that is going to be forgivable, et cetera, et cetera. But want to go through the huge differences. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. I've got a book right here, JJ the CPA, that's on Amazon.com. The only reason I'm pointing that out is that I do talk a lot in that book. It's the top 60 questions over the last 27 years of practice about clients dealing with a crisis situation, not anything to this extent, but just what do you do when you're in a situation that you need a loan, or how do you interact with the bank, or what's the bank need? How do you figure out your cash position? I've got a website that I've put together as a community service, and it's literally that. It's absolute free information, and it's COVID-19taxhelp.com. There's a link at the bottom. And what I want you to know is that I am JJ the CPA. I'm America's CPA, and I'm here to help. And don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.